that one as well?
Yes, sir.
Why not?
Today, BJ's off to Venice and not looking forward to it.
This is going to be a nightmare flight. This really is. Would you like a newspaper? Venice passengers can be quite upmarket, so they want their drink, and they want their meal, and they want their duty-free goods, and we've got precious little time to actually deliver. But there is one thing in our favour. On this particular flight, we serve a cold afternoon cream tea. It goes down really well with our passengers and keeps them happy.
But sometimes, even the best laid plans don't work out.
Hello. I believe you want to speak to somebody in charge. Or BJ?
Yeah, OK, fine. It took an age before we got tea with our tea. And
I know.
We think, well, I'm sure you know because you've arranged it. It may not be for you to arrange, but if you could convey to your company our complaint.
Yeah.
Firstly, it's inept organisation. Secondly, it's extraordinarily inhospitable. Thirdly, we understand why you've done it, because you want to sell your cold drinks. But the whole thing is a debacle.
To be honest, from a safety point of view, it wouldn't be right to have a coffee pot and a teapot on the top of a drinks cart. When you need two hands to pull a drinks cart, you know, if you've ever pulled a drinks cart, you'll find it's very heavy, and you need two hands. And to have an unsecured teapot with boiling hot water in, I don't think is a particularly good idea. And we haven't got enough crew to do a drink service, at the same time, some other crew members to do a tea service.
That's your problem. That's your problem.
Of course it is. Unfortunately, it's the way it works for us on a short flight.
I'm sure it works for you because you want to sell your beastly drinks.
Well,
but if you serve tea, you should be serving tea. It's absurd to serve sandwiches, scones, cream, and biscuits and some sort without the tea. It's absurd.
Yeah.
This is the tea service without the tea. That's ridiculous. You can't defend it. It's indefensible.
There was this lady who was offered a drink. And she said, oh, yes, I'll have a G&T. That's a gin and tonic to you, dear. And this stewardess, quick as a flash, just said, would you like ice and a slice? That's frozen water and a piece of fruit to you. And I mean, I think it's a classic.
Did she say anything?
I think it probably gobsmacked. She probably couldn't say anything.
The morning after, and Billy's feeling contrite.
I can't believe it.
I didn't mean to get that way. It just happened, you know.
It looks like we've got some availability, so fingers crossed we should get on this flight. Don't worry about it, let's just get you on your flight. All you've got to do today is get the plane and be a good boy.
It's 2 hours to Aisha's audition. Success could turn a week's holiday into a summer season of work, her first big break. There are no signs of nerves.
I never get embarrassed when I'm singing in front of people. I just need to let it all out and I'm away. And it's hard for people to get me off.
Anita Waugh is entertainments manager for the hotel. It's her decision whether to book Aisha. Sadly, it's a no.
She needs a lot of practice, I think, and she's singing the wrong song. She sang the two that she tried today weren't quite right for her, I don't think. I think she could have done better if she'd picked two different better songs. I think you picked the wrong song. I think you picked the wrong songs, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, Whitney Houston is like everyone does Whitney Houston. Yeah. Everyone wants to sing Whitney Houston, and I think it's the hardest song to sing. Yeah. You need to work on it. You need to work on it before you before you get into the big time, I think.
Yeah.
You've got a long way to go. I mean, it's difficult. Have you ever done singing lessons or anything like that?
I have took it bad. I am upset, but you know, everyone who's made it now, they must have been criticised one point in time. So it's only my first knockback. I've probably got many more to come.
Venice, and more problems for BJ.
Concern at the moment.
My husband's got a broken bone in his back, and we specifically asked for leg room in the front, you know, because and I'm a bit claustrophobic, I can't sit in the middle there. And when we went into London College, you know, through Thompson's, they said there'd be no problem, that we would be able to have a seat like that, you know, and that would be fine. It was fine coming out, but coming in, we'd
So you were given extra leg room seats on the outbound
seats
flight?
like that there, in the front, like those.
Oh, right,
And that was fine, that was lovely. But this seat, I knew straight away when they gave us our numbers that we wouldn't be happy with.
Yeah. Right, well, the best thing that I can do, I can have a word with the lady and gentleman.
Oh, no, it's not fair to change somebody else over. I mean, we asked for these seats, otherwise we'd have cancelled the holiday. And to be stuck in the middle like this, and shaking like a leaf, because I just can't stick it.
You're not too keen on flying, and plus you're claustrophobic as well.
Terrible.
Well, I'm only explaining the situation as it stands at the moment. We have no information about this at all. So whether or not the travel agent just hasn't passed that on, or the information hasn't come from the UK to the check-in desk here. If it was honoured on the outbound flight, then obviously that information did get passed on. If it hasn't been passed on to here,
you've got no idea.
You know, well, all I can say, sir, is that we've got no information. You know, we've got some surnames here for extra leg room, you know, and most of them have been honoured.
Yes,
you know,
just the ones who were unlucky as usual.
Yeah,
like we were in the hotel last week.
It seems that way, and sometimes it seems to go in cycles like that.
You could say that again.
Yeah.
On the flight deck, Captain Clack has a problem too.
Maggie, what's happening? We just lost the slot. What's happening with the... How many we got?
337 plus 2. They're saying 339 plus 2, and we've got 337 plus 2.
Unfortunately, the number of passengers that we counted on board the airplane didn't tally with the number of passengers given to us by the agent, which basically means that we have to count again, because obviously we can't depart unless we know that we've got everybody on board, particularly for security reasons, because their baggage might be in the hold of the airplane. Unfortunately, we've now missed our air traffic control slot, and we have to apply for another one.
BJ is losing his battle.
She's adamant that, oh no, she's gonna stay in those seats, and she's gonna be thoroughly miserable, unfortunately. And I can't win around. This is one of those no-win situations. I'd like to help her, but she doesn't want me to help.
Venice Air Traffic Control can't offer a takeoff slot for another 45 minutes. Captain Clack isn't happy. It's time to get onto Operations Control in Luton.
It's Peter Clack here down in Venice on Yankee Bravo.
Good evening, Yankee Bravo.
Ops must call Brussels, where all European flights are coordinated.
I've got a call sign for you. It's a Bravo Alpha Lima 248 Bravo on the ground in Venice. No, that would be ideal, yeah. Thanks very much.
Our operations have got us now a departure time of 1900, which means that we can start our engines, basically. So we'll be starting our engines now and getting underway. I've been flying now for 22 years, and I honestly can't think of a better job in the whole world. I mean, we see the most incredible sights from the flight deck. We see satellites come across regularly, we see shooting stars. At the moment, we've just had Venus rise up above the horizon as we climbed out, and just above it is the crescent of the moon. We really are very privileged to do the job that we do, and we see some wonderful things.
Well, then what do you suggest I do?
You tell me.
No. If you're saying that I'm not doing my best, then tell me what I can do to do my best.
Now you can't stick like this for 2 hours with a broken back.
Maureen, I'll be all right.
But you've had a good moan, and it's best to get it off your chest.
No, I haven't got it off my chest yet. I can assure you. I'm quite calm at the moment. I'm shaking like an...
Yeah?
I hate being stuck in the middle like this. It's dreadful.
And that is the most beautiful view of Geneva tonight. I could look at that forever, I think.
Manchester, and Aisha's back.
Look, all on my legs.
Are you sure you got your passport?
All on my legs, blisters all up there, all on my stomach. I was in absolute agony a whole holiday. But I've got a tan, so it was worthwhile.
Stardom still waits.
Bye! Next year! Oh, we got a big...
In the end, Billy Cormack lost only one day of his holiday. He blamed his condition on mixing whiskey with medicine he'd taken to calm his nerves. Last summer, 50 Britannia passengers were refused flights. More than 500 passengers arrived at check-in without valid passports. But there was only one Aisha.
Shut up!
A familiar face from Henry's past comes back to haunt him in tonight's episode of Blue Bloods. Could this good bad guy really prove to be just plain evil? The Reagans are on the hunt at 10 on Sky Atlantic HD.